whenever all the Dynasty retired, were you the last one? Yeah, you were the last one.
Matt's still playing, but yeah.
Everyone else went in a competitive direction, but you went in a content direction. Was it ever in your thought that you were going to do anything else, or you're always going to be COD to content?
COD to content, always.
Yeah.
Always. Because, again, people... See, I hate talking about it because, like, I don't want it to seem like it's all about money, because it's definitely not. If it was all about money, I would have retired for Fortnite without blinking an eye. But, like, dude, if you're competing, like, yeah, the money's good. But, dude, content is, like, it's so much more of a relaxed way of living.
Yeah.
And also the other side of it is, like, you just make more
way more money
being a content creator. I mean, it's like, I always knew in the back of my mind I was going to do content. It was just a matter of when.
Was it like, if I stop, that's it? You never thought you were going to go back to competing?
No. When I stopped, I knew it was over. It was like it was just a compounding thing. Yeah. It was like everything. It was like a flurry of things all at once. I can't remember again. I can't put myself in my mindset a year and a half ago, or where I think it was a year and a half ago. Whenever I officially, I think it was like a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit long. Like it's almost 2 years. Because I remember I retired early in the season, so I mean it's probably coming up on 2 years now, which is kind of crazy to think. But yeah, no, there was no thought in my mind where I'm like, I'm going to retire and then come back at some point. It was always like, once I retire, that's it.
But then we sat in that room and talked about Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. Well, again, I saw the team and I was like, fuck, I know I could win with that team. So that was like the hard part. Because the last 2 years of my career, and I don't think it really gets talked about enough, but we were dealing with the Ender thing. And Shotzi doesn't really talk about it that much either, but Shotzi was like, me and Shotzi were always like the 1 and 2. Like we were the ones that were always like talking with each other. Like that was just my duo.
Yeah.
Like Brandon sometimes, but it was mainly me and Ant. And during that whole like year and a half stretch, it was just miserable, dude. Like straight up.
Yeah.
It was just miserable.
Because you just don't know.
Well, Ender was hurt. Then we had to play with subs. And this is like I don't know it yet, but this is actually I might have known it at this point, but this is my second to last year in my brain of competing.
Yeah.
And Ender's hurt. And we win the first tournament, then that happens. And it's like, dude, this whole year could have been so different. And then next year we decide to stick with the same team. And then I feel like the problems kind of continued lingering on. And it was just like, fuck. So
yeah.
It was just tough. It was a tough way for me to go out because I envisioned winning,
going out on top. That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, after that, it was so draining mentally. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
It was very, 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 very mentally draining.
Yeah. You've said a statement multiple times.
But then I got the MW3 team. I was like, I saw it on paper and I was like, fuck.
It would have been you, Ant, Dashy,
and Pred. Yeah. But I was just like, that was supposed to happen during MW3 as well, or MW2, not MW2.
Oh yeah,
that was supposed to happen.
You're right.
And
we were at the Sidekicks game.
Yeah, it was just a flurry of just unfortunate events, and I was like kind of already mentally there as well.
Yeah, I remember.
I knew it was my last year. Brandon was on the bench. It was just a flurry of things.
You asked me what you should do.
I was playing Brandon's role, and I'm like, dude, I just picked up this role. I'm almost 30. Like, I'm learning a new role in my last year. Like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah. I remember you asked
Brandon's
me.
On the bench.
You asked me at the fucking. Man, Brandon's on the bench. What the fuck?
Yeah, like Brandon's on the bench. We were having some shit going, just turmoil within the team. Brandon's on the bench. I mean, again, like, it was a really just awkward time because I've never dealt with a gaming related injury before.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about it like ever. They kind of just brush it under the rug. Like, that never happened. Like, no, that happened for a full year.
Yeah, full year.
We dealt with that for a full year, and I think a little bit into it the next year.
Yeah, you had 100%. You had 100% Illy, then you had like 50% Illy, then you had General, then you had Ghosty.
Left at Champs Illy.
Yeah, exactly.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked. It felt like we had no chance.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucked.